Yo, what's up? It's Sweet JP here, back with another video. Uh, Today we're gonna just be talking about, just a little quick vid about just investing, different platforms to use for like beginners and everything. Go into the real basics of it, bloody downloading the application and, kind of getting it set up really. And give you a little bit of an idea of where to start, where you don't need to do a lot. And I want to apologize for not posting as regularly. I'd usually do the once a week, but here I'm not doing. I'm out of that work now, that kind of busy season. So I'm gonna aim to do probably two videos per week starting next week. But we'll start it off with just this one, anyways. So, anyways, okay, I say anyways too much, don't I? Yeah. We're gonna be starting off with I like to use what I personally use is Trading 212. I'm pretty sure you can use that in America. I'm like 95% sure, but it's all you can download it from iOS, Android. It's pretty much just you do it from your phone. You sign up with your passport, driver's license, and that's really it. You can do it in under 15 minutes, pretty easy if you have everything on hand. And what was it? This is basically we're gonna be talking now. Don't get this mixed up. There's like two categories, as you can see in the top left. There's 212 invest, and then there'll be like 212 CFD or whatever. Just choose the blue one. The other one's like for day trading or something. What I think. But yeah, this is pretty much my worth kind of right now. It's nothing crazy, but it's a start. It gets you somewhere. This is mainly based off that graph, the S&P, a few world indexes is what my genuine return is. So over the past few weeks, I've gone like a 1.1% rate of return. It does the trick. It does the trick. We're going to move on to next. I kind of got two things set up here. There's a few things going on now. What you can see is the basic one is kind of just, my pie that splits. I have, say, 25 quid that's auto invested each week. It goes in there and it's split between all the stocks. But this iShares USD Treasury bond, I think it was like IB01 or IB001 is like the ID for it. I use iShares because it's just most convenient for me in Ireland. But if you're in America, I think you can, there's like Vanguard USD Treasury bonds and all this. Doesn't really matter. Minor detail. Ask bloody ChatGPT, which is the best one for where you live. But yeah, I use iShares Treasury bond, and I just use that for my emergency funds mainly. Now, there's nothing in it right now, but there will be. There will be. Okay, there's the idea. I want like a grand in there, which is kind of the aim. But you can easily pull that out. Now, I would practice pulling out money beforehand or have a part of your emergency fund in cash for quicker access. But I know there's a way you can set this up quick so it doesn't take bloody 4 or 5 days to withdraw like it did for me one time. I try to refund it to my cards, so when I was testing it, but you go through all the verification and go through the withdrawal process and give it a look out before you dump all your emergency fund into there. So here is basically my split. First of all, we got the S&P. As you do, as you would, you put majority of your funds in there. About 55% is what's going into there, and then the Vanguard FTSE is all world is kind of just general markets. Was it European, Asia? Yeah, something like that, and it's kind of a little bit more volatile. But the thing is, the only thing with the S&P is that pretty much covers majority American companies, so it gives you a little bit of diversity. So this isn't financial advice or anything, but I'd recommend just if you want to play it safe, you can just do the S&P, maybe a Vanguard if you want, and then just put your emergency fund in a American Treasury bond. Keep it simple. You can diversify more, sure, but I used to have 10 stocks here, and then I kind of redid the pie, and I was like, wait a second, why am I making this so complicated? So usually the simpler the better. Just keep it easy, just enough diversity so you don't get fucked up the whole, and you're sorted. I did choose an individual stock that I like to look in, and I'm kind of tech orientated, so I have a look at Nvidia. It's kind of mainly just to choose one stock that is an individual company, maybe blue chip, and kind of you can get used to reading summaries, stuff coming in, quarterly reviews, and you can kind of understand how to watch the news and get an idea if something's going to go up and down. I wouldn't take more than one on, to be honest, because then you're going to have to keep up with the news of all of them. So honestly, this split would do the majority solid, or you can even take those all world ones away in the S&P. But mind you, the S&P is, you're not going to get a return for 10 years. So remember that that is literally used in retirement funds. So remember that. You don't want to need the money anytime soon. So yeah, that pretty much covers that. If you want to check out, crypto, whatever you want to do with that, I don't get crazy into it. But I do use OKX in the EU to buy my coins just because it has an easier interface than Binance. I can get it on the phone. Not a crazy amount of signing up, but there is, if you buy some, there is withdrawal dates. Like you can't withdraw it straight away and all that. But gets the job done. The only thing I just wanted to touch my toes in XRP and say Ethereum just to have a little bit. But I wouldn't be cost dollar averaging in them. If I were to put something away for them each week, I would just choose Bitcoin because it kind of represents the whole global, spikes, drops for Bitcoin. So crypto. So you're still gonna kind of get the benefits, or if crypto goes up and down over the years, a bit more stable. It's been around since the start, but that's if you want to be adventurous. I would just stick to the stocks. It depends what you're into. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of really all I wanted to talk there. Just honestly, with the trading 212, just make a pie. There's an auto invest option on it, and you can just put 10 or 25, 50, 100 away a week, whatever you can afford, really. And super easy interface, just works away. There is other ones I know of, like you can use Revolut is one, but I think there's like hidden trading fees, or when you go to withdraw, you get like a certain percentage charged from the broker or Revolut. But that might be easier for you if you use Revolut a lot and you don't want to download another platform. Might be something to worth looking into. But yeah, it's just covering some just general basic stuff. There's not really much to go over, and the rest of the money you can blow on smoking hookers, lad, and you'll be happy. You'll be a happy man knowing you got your retirement fund, and you feel nice and comfortable to spend money on those cigars and hookers. Okay, I need to stop making hookers a theme. I do not condone that. Okay, I do not condone that. Jesus, I'm gonna have to cut this out anyways. Right. Thanks for that, lads. I'll see you in the next few days.